Right, just a few days to go for that fifth and final test match between India and England. And that game now is going to be played at the Edgbaston Cricket Ground. And talking about the Edgbaston Cricket Ground, who better to talk about that particular venue than local boy in Moeen Ali, who joins us live. Just a reminder before I get cracking with the questions with Moeen, that you can watch the live match, the fifth test match between India and England on the Sony Sports Network. And the game starts at 3:30 p.m. on the 1st of July. With that out of our way, Moeen, let me get started. First thing, I know that you've recently unretired yourself from Test cricket after that call from Brendan McCullum. Is it fair to say that you've only decided to reverse that decision primarily because you want to play under the captaincy of Stokes and McCullum and the kind of cricket that they're playing?
Yes, pretty much. The way they were playing, and Baz spoke to me and he said, "Look, it will suit your type of cricket, etc." So yeah. It's more for obviously Jack Leach has bowled really well. It's more for I think going forward in the future possibilities there. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I mean, just talking about that brand of cricket, I know everyone's enjoying it, including myself, just looking at the way England have been playing Test cricket. But then there's also a school of thought that, on certain days, this will look exciting, this will look very good, but certain days they could just look a bit embarrassed on the field because if it doesn't really go your way, it could just go the other side. What do you make of it? Do you agree that there will be a downside to it as well, this brand of cricket?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's a downside. I would call it more of for example, in the white ball cricket, after the 2015 World Cup, we also had bad games, and we were having bad games anyway in Test cricket. To be honest with you, the way we were playing so bad, it was quite embarrassing at times. So we were playing at times terrible cricket, and with this brand of cricket, I know it's a little bit extreme at the minute, but it's just more to give guys the confidence to go out and you can express yourself. I know like someone like Ben Stokes was caught mid-off in the first innings of the last test, but in my opinion, he's showing the team that it's okay to get out playing shots. And I think England do need a bit of that. So there will be bad days. Of course, there will be bad days, but there was bad days anyway. There was a lot of bad days happening. So, and not many good days. We've just won 3 games. We won 1 out of the last 17 before the 3 games we won.
Oh, absolutely right. And probably that is what led to this entire change of management, whether it was the captain and the coach. Just talking about the series, there's a general impression there that on current form and conditions on offer in Birmingham, England's start is the favorite versus India in that test match. Would you agree?
I would say if this was last year, if this series was finished last year, India would have won 3-1. But now I feel the way England have played, India could be slightly undercooked because of this obviously lack of cricket, Test cricket in England. The conditions are obviously different now, and I think England are quite confident. I think if England come out the way they've been playing the last 3 games, I would say England are the favourites. Yeah.
Okay.
For this particular game.
Right. Just talking about the Indian team, that's been widely reported. Rohit Sharma is racing against time, may not be available to lead the team there. What would you make of that option that India go in with that Virat Kohli? I know he's decided to quit captaincy, but remember he was captain in that first half of the series. For this one-off test match, what would you make of the option of going with Virat if India were to do that?
Yeah, it's a tough one because I was thinking about this last night. Because Virat was captain of the series before, of the same series last year, I would probably give it to him, just for this one game. But it's obviously his call. Whether he takes it or not, he probably won't want to do it. He's probably happy and relaxed, and his mind is probably set on not ever captaining Test cricket again. So that can be also difficult. But yeah, I think it's a good idea, to be honest with you. He's got the experience, and it is a big series for India.
Well, that's true, actually. Talking about Edgbaston, as I mentioned right at the start of the interview, who better to tell us about the conditions than you? We know that it helps the spinners. Do you then see merit in this argument that India go in with both spinners, or do you think India might make the mistake that most touring teams do, play 4 fast bowlers in England?
Look, the weather's been really good. The weather has been over the last 2-3 weeks has been fantastic. So most of the pitches are a little bit dry at the moment. As you saw in Leeds last game, Trent Bridge the game before was just really flat, but the weather was amazing. So it has cooled down slightly, but if I was India, I would go 3 seamers, 2 spinners, with Shami, Bumrah, Siraj, and obviously the two spinners in Jadeja and Ashwin. Yeah, that's how I would do because of the conditions actually more than anything. And the wicket is generally quite flat anyway. Might not spin so much in the first innings, but definitely would take spin later on.
Right, fair point. That talking about two of those spinners, one of your favorite cricketers, you've said it quite often, Ravindra Jadeja is one of your favorite cricketers. He'd be that, even if India going with one spinner, most say that he might be that first spinner. How do you now, I just wanted to talk to you about Jadeja, the captain. What do you foresee for Jadeja, the captain, in the future at any level?
Look, he's fine. He's obviously inexperienced in terms of captaincy. And CSK was tough for him this year because we wasn't playing well as a team. I wouldn't put it down to the captain. I thought throughout the whole IPL we didn't play well. So he's obviously lack of experience in captaincy, but he has got a good brain, and he potentially could be a good leader in the future.
Right. Final question before I let you go, Moeen. Eoin Morgan, it just so happens I'm interviewing on a day that he's announced his retirement. You've played under him. He's been, he brought on a revolution in English cricket in the whiteboard format. What do you think is the legacy that he leaves behind?
He's almost taken England from the dark days to the really good days in whiteboard cricket. I mean, we were horrendous in whiteboard cricket, I think, before that. And he changed the mindset of the players. And actually, the way England are playing now in Test cricket is obvious. I believe it's actually because of him, because we do have players who can go out, and he showed that if you have the mindset change and you really believe in it and stick to it, you can play the fearless cricket that we're playing at the moment. So he's a massive, massive icon in the game for us now. He's the greatest ever whiteboard captain we've ever had. I've played under him, I've played under MS Dhoni, and there's not much difference between the both in terms of the characteristics. Very calm, very loyal to the players, etc. So brilliant captain, brilliant player actually. And people forget his runs. He's a leading run scorer in whiteboard cricket for England in both formats, and a brilliant person more than anything.
All right, that's a great comparison. Moeen, thanks so much for taking our time speaking to India today. I hope you get your wish of playing Test cricket under the captaincy of Ben Stokes and Coach Brendan McCullum. All the best.
Thank you very much, Nikhil.